My first point this week is, I guess, just over the idea of mass audience versus niche audience. Obviously, I know that a mass audience will never exist in the traditional sense, but I feel like I've seen some niche audiences get swept up and incorporated um, to create a more massive audience. The one that first came to mind on that was the anti-vax movement and how it got swept up and suddenly became a right-wing talking point, even though it was never really had any political affiliation behind it prior to that in 2020 and 2021. And that just got me thinking about how media organizations are always looking to absorb those audiences on any common ground just so they can maximize their profits. Second point is over meaning construction, which this one is kind of a doozy. It's always been kind of a popular sentiment to question everything, which is fine. You can learn a lot by doing that. But it seems like a lot of skills have been abandoned these days as people are doing their own research. Somehow that seems to have taken on the meaning of just rejecting anything you don't like, anything you disagree with, even if there's a lot of empirical evidence backing it up, and rejecting those well-known facts and just substituting your own meaning, even if it really doesn't make any sense in any way. And I don't know, maybe that's a result of just our oversaturated sources of information. And my third point, also speaking of oversaturation, is on field independency. Digital media is so fast paced. There's just 1,000 different developments going on with everything. In a lot of cases, we just kind of went the cliff notes on a lot of it. Which this is kind of a double-edged sword, because it's good in some instances, since there's so much information out there. You can't possibly go through all of it. So we can kind of get more in. But in the process, we can also miss a lot of information as a result of it. It really does create a vicious cycle, because while we may not be inherently lazy, over time we can become lazy due to the lack of exercising our field independency. My fourth point is on emotional intelligence. Online culture and behavior seems to have kind of become, induced in arrested development of emotional intelligence. Internet apathy is certainly a real thing. I personally know a lot of people who in real life are very sympathetic and empathetic, but you get them online, and it seems like a lot of their social media interaction is very apathetic. And this doesn't affect any particular generation, it kind of goes across all the ages. It's strange that with the near infinite exposure that we have today to the true plights of the world, we seem to become less human, at least in the world of the internet. And maybe we're just becoming desensitized, just because we are exposed to so much, and maybe it's also the message, how the message is being delivered. Then my final point, I guess it's just kind of over the whole summary of the video, when he suggests that our exposure operates through sort of a combination of those three theories, which I know that ultimately at the end of the day, we're in control of, to regulate our exposures and to get our desired meanings and desired messages. But it just I don't know. Hearing him say that, it kind of made me feel like the media companies, they are just so smart and powerful that we're kind of always going to be at their mercy to some degree, just because they always seem to figure out a way how to do it.